Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Jea. I'm the curator and producer of The Healing Mother. If you're here for the first time, this is a global retreat for mothers at all stages of becoming who can receive care and wisdom from experts, healers, and guides who understand what it takes to end the burnout, the overwhelm, and to live intentionally from resilience and joy. And today I am really excited and honored to bring into our circle Jandy Anderson. Jandy is special to my heart because, well, you're here later, but let me introduce her first. Jandy is a facilitator, educator, and coach, and she brings understandings which have been gained from decades of extensive and rigorous training with the enlightened Zen master, Mata Eliza Dalian. Jandy began her studies with Mata in 2001 and quickly understood the tremendous value of working with this modern Buddha, as she says, who could, with her, through a rigorous and profoundly rewarding work of transforming unconsciousness and fear into clarity, joy, love, confidence, and freedom. So Jandy has a deep love and passion for the journey of self-discovery, and she has facilitated Dalian Method sessions since 2017 and has worked with hundreds of people, including myself and my son. And I'm so deeply grateful, Jandy, that you're here and are willing to share your knowledge and wisdom with us about the Dalian Method. Just to bring us into some context, I discovered the Dalian Method through a retreat with Narava Kroger from the Deep Retreat. And it was through that experience afterwards that I realized, okay, this is really powerful, and I want to extend this offering to people in my family and to start with my son, because it can be used with as young as 7 years old, I understand, right? And so I reached out to you, Jandy, because you have a lot of experience with youth and children. And you had a session with my son, and since then you've had a few sessions. So we're here to just share a little bit about that. And but to begin with, could you share what brought you into this? What was your journey into this work?
Well, yeah, first, thank you so much, Jaya. It's really an honor to be here, and thank you for inviting me. Yes, I stumbled into this work not really meaning to, in a way. I,
Literally stumbled into it.
yes, I, I was a pretty unhappy person. I had a lot of repression and low self-esteem. But I'd never found a way to work with it. So I just kind of was living my life with just trying to make do and I was just really focused on my career. And I was studying to be an actress, and I was just pouring all of my efforts into that and being something on the outside, very focused on how I appeared to others and just trying to ignore what was inside. And I was having a few issues, and my younger brother had been studying with this amazing woman named Mata Eliza Dalian. And I told him that I was having some troubles with my digestion, and he just sort of begged me to go see her. And so it was my brother at the time didn't have barely any money and didn't have a job, but he wanted me to go see Mata so badly that he wanted to pay for it for me. And so there was something about that got through to me. I'd never seen my brother want something so badly for my benefit like that. So it spoke to me, and I was like, oh, okay, this is really important. So through basically the power of his care for me, really. Like I showed up there at my first session with Mata having zero idea what I was getting myself into. And she was lovely with me, and she asked me what I wanted help with, and I told her that I would like some help with my pimples and my digestion. And and she said, I can help you with both of those. and, and then she told me, okay, now I'm going to look into your energy to see what we're going to work on. And she said to me, you don't express your emotions at all. And I was shocked because I was an actress and I was so good at being emotional. But indeed, she was right. I wasn't expressing my emotions at all. Yeah. And so she looked into my energy further and identified a trauma I'd had in my childhood that I had convinced myself didn't happen. And she said, we're going to work through this and we're going to transform it. And it was super powerful and it completely changed my life. And after that session, I just knew that the most important thing for my life was to know who I am. And that if I didn't focus on knowing who I am, I would be missing my life.
Wow.
So that's how it all started for me.
Wow. I just got the truth bumps, the goosebumps, truth bumps when you said
Truth
that
bombs.
if you don't know who you are, then you'd be missing your life. That's such a powerful
Yeah,
statement. Yeah. And that really resonates for me.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Having had a few sessions now, both in group and um, so I bought the kit, which there's a kit of this method that people can buy and you can do
Yes,
self-guided sessions.
right.
And I've had, yeah, it's super powerful. And every time I feel like I'm coming, more of myself is coming home to my
Yes,
body, like really becoming embodied, truly
yes.
arriving on Earth. It's like I hadn't arrived. Like I'm parts of me were still in the ether and the cosmos, and I'm like, okay, come on back, come to Earth.
Yeah,
And but also like an unfolding. Like I thought I was authentic. I thought I was,
right.
you know, choosing things in my life that I truly wanted, but then uncovering that, oh, these were things I convinced myself I wanted because of my conditioning. I was conditioned to desire the life I was creating,
Yes,
right? But very
yes,
much from an unconscious place.
right.
And so as a mother, when I start to recognize this and I start to realize my responsibility in passing on behaviors that I'm not even conscious of,
Right.
I thought I I would be completely neglectful as a parent not to make this available to my child, right? Because I know already, like by the like it was he was already he's 7 years old, and well, the subconscious has been recording since in utero and has been constantly recording every single thing, and
Right.
so
Yeah.
he's been imprinted from before birth till now, and aren't all things that I want to pass on. Right? So
Yeah.
oh well, here's the Dalian method. Maybe there's a chance to undo some of that legacy I don't want to pass on, and to, as you said, to transform it into a constructive, useful legacy. And that's what I've noticed. We've only had a few sessions, um, a handful, maybe four, with Elton, and yeah, I mean, I can share a little bit about that if now feels the right time.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my last session, um, bringing Elton to, we talked about an incident where he and a group of friends were playing around with some chestnuts, I believe, and um, they were throwing them in a part of the schoolyard that was close to a house that was neighboring the perimeter of the schoolyard. And there's between the house and the schoolyard, there's a fence. And this particular neighbor had previously had an experience where, in years past, a student had thrown something and it hit, and I think maybe damaged a part of their house, like a window or something. And so, in this instance, a chestnut was thrown, unintentionally hit the house, surface of the house, got the attention of the resident, and the resident went to the office of the school and complained. And I think the resident might have had some words with the students as they, my son and his friends, as they came out to acknowledge, oh, there's something hit my house. And this is the first time anything like this happened to my son. Um, so otherwise, has never been in any disciplinary situation at the school. And they were brought into school and talked to, um, and then there was sort of a punishment of like not being able to go to their next study block. They had to stay behind and write an apology letter. And I mean, it's all appropriate to apologize where you've done something wrong, but I think the missing part was that um, it wasn't understood that they didn't do it on purpose. So it was talked to them as if it was an act of violence, or like it was, they were meaning to hit the house, so to speak. And it wasn't so important. The story's not so important, but the what came of it was that there was uh, without the Dalian Method, I think it would have been a permanent um, sort of imprint on Elton's emotional body, and like he really held it. Like he had this fear, a very large fear, um, that when asked to talk about it, he would go nonverbal. And I thought, okay, he was okay to tell me the truth of what was happening, but he couldn't speak for himself in the context of the school. And I wanted him to be able to develop that as a skill. So I thought, okay, we need to do a Dalian Method, or a DM for sure, that's what we refer to.
Yeah.
We need to do a DM on this with Jandy so that he doesn't have to hold on to this.
Yeah.
And that he can develop the strength to speak for himself whenever he feels that he's being misunderstood, or whenever he has that big fearful feeling.
Yeah.
And so we did the session, and my gosh, I was witness to it. So it was, it started off really sort of, I don't want to say surface, but obvious, right? The statements were pretty obvious. And then it went to a deeper layer, like I think the deepest layer probably that he could go to, even that I've gone in my own DMs, right? It's just clearing, I think, the deep fear of death, and just to see that transform in his verbal and physical expressions, and then come out with a closing statement like that, that's affirming of his life, affirming of his ability, right, to recognize that a part of him will never die. Like that was massive. Like
Yes.
I think back, I go, how did he even do that? Like, but anyways, you held the space for it, Jandy, and um, you have the children draw before and after pictures, and so that
Yeah.
that was really striking to me. You can share that if you want.
Yeah. His drawing is amazing. I'll share it here. Are you seeing the drawing?
Yeah,
Okay, great, because I am not. Okay, there we go. I can see it now. Yeah. So just for people who are new to the Dalian method, um, when children do a Dalian method session, we do the session and then afterwards we ask them to draw a picture of the way they felt before, and that's the segment that you see on the left there, and then to draw a picture of the way that they feel after the session. And so everything that you were describing there, Jaya, of him not being able to talk, when he was with other adults and not knowing what to do and just going silent, you can see all that was going on inside him with that, right? And it's just so overwhelming for children when they're scared that they're going to get in trouble, scared somebody's going to be mad at them, scared. And then underneath of it, as Elton saw, underneath of those fears is the fear that you're going to die. Because when you're a child, especially, you're very vulnerable to the adults around you who are taking care of you for your survival. And so it was so powerful for him to be able to express all that in his session without holding back. And then when he saw that there's a part of him that isn't going to die, and that so much of his strength just came flooding to his attention, right? And he was so happy and felt so free, right? And he felt that he doesn't need to be afraid to get in trouble. And then we could just see how he felt with the muscles on his arms and the big yay and the huge smile going up above the eyes and all these smiley faces all over the place, right? It's really tremendous. And it was very special.
It was a very big day.
Yeah.
I could feel like the energy of it. I just felt like, whoa, this was a turning point. Like this was a big redirection of where he might have gone if we didn't have the Dalian method, right?
Absolutely. It was a life-changing
Life
moment.
changing.
Yeah,
And it's
life-changing
funny.
session. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you hear that statement, life changing, but like I don't think the thing is when it's life changing for an evolutionary direction, when it's like for
Right.
good, you don't. It's what doesn't happen that matters.
Right. Right. Yes.
And so it's easy to it's almost too easy to take for granted. But I have to say, like, it's I think you just have to experience it for yourself to really understand like the magnitude and like the potency and the the meaningfulness of
Yeah.
how really real the concrete shifts are. Because I know for myself in my own DM sessions, it's a felt sense in my body. Like I can feel it. And yeah. So I know maybe some people are like, well, how did he come to that conclusion that's, part of him doesn't die? Like maybe this is a good time to hear from you about like a little bit more about the method and um, how that even
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Dalian method itself is a guided step-by-step process, and it uses a specific type of breath work. It uses out loud verbal expression and body movement. So it's very dynamic. And what's happening in it is that you're expressing the thoughts and feelings that you normally hold back. So you have a safe space within the session to express anything that is spontaneously arising to you. And so what happens when you repress and you hold things back, if you could just picture yourself and the way you feel when you repress and hold things back, and you'll like, if you think about that right now, Jaya, what happens inside of you? And everybody who's listening, you could just picture it and think of
Yeah.
what happens inside of you when you hold something in.
Well, I can feel in my body, like there's a
Right.
tensing of soft tissues, of muscles, like my throat sort of closing, like a tightness in. jaw and energetically feels more dense. Like
Right.
the feeling that you have when you're keeping a secret, that
Right.
there's something, there's a misalignment. I can't be, there's, and it doesn't feel free. I feel a
Right.
bit confined to, like, my mind has to be on this thing that I can't say. Um, and that it's, uh, yeah, there's a density, like it feels heavy.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way of all of those descriptions are really exactly what's happening, right? And so basically that repression blocks your energy. That's what makes it feel dense and heavy. It's actually blocking the natural flow of your energy.
Mm,
And we start repressing from a really, really young age because our survival is dependent on our parents or the adults around us. And there's a lot of things that we just have that we're feeling as children that we have no idea how to express. Every child feels scared at times. Every child feels that they're alone at times. Every child feels that nobody understands them at times, no matter how caring their parent is. And so, but the child has no idea how to express these things. No, and so the repression starts and it starts blocking the natural radiance of the being.
mm,
And so when that natural radiance of your being or your inner knower is blocked, then you can't find answers to your problems as easily.
mm,
And even gets to the point where you can't find answers to problems at all because you're basically in the dark in that density that you described, right? So what the Dalian method is doing is very precisely releasing, freeing the repressed thoughts and feelings. So you express them. So in this case, I'm afraid of being in trouble. I'm afraid of getting in trouble. So then Elton would be expressing, I'm afraid of getting in trouble and exhaling. So the exhale helps that fear that he would normally be holding in. He's afraid, so he doesn't want to say anything, right? And that's why he doesn't speak up,
mm,
right? So instead, I'm afraid of getting in trouble. He exhales with his mouth open
mm,
and you just let that out, and instead of keeping it in. So you're literally undoing the repression. It's like when you're repressing things, you're stuffing them in the closet. And when you undo the repression, you're just taking them out of the closet. And so then what happens is you can start to see what's actually happening inside the closet when it's not so cluttered. And so that's what happens as that space starts opening up inside is you start feeling a lot stronger and lighter and happier, right? That's why kids feel so happy when they do the Dalian method because they're like, oh, I feel great because I don't have all these things weighing me down. And then you have the strength of your being, of your inner self, your inner truest self that can see through the illusion of your fears.
mm,
See that there's no need to be afraid of getting in trouble. See that actually I don't need to be afraid to die because there's a part of me that will never die. And it's because of the space opening up inside that the consciousness can come flooding and rising to the front, just like a sun that comes rising when and appears when the clouds part. It's
mm.
just like that. And for children, it happens so quickly. It's so simple for them. I think parents are often very surprised how simple the child's session is and how direct it is for them and how effective it is for them. So it's just the most wonderful thing.
I can see how you're all lit up, Jandy, like how much joy this brings you to do this work. And I can say that what you described is exactly my experience in witnessing a session with my child is that it's surprising how fast because so the adult sessions are like can be up to 90 minutes or so.
Yes.
And yeah, like I'm present for that whole 90 minutes. And it's like, okay, sometimes I'm going, is this actually gonna resolve? Like, I don't know. And it does. So I'm often surprised. I'm like, whoa, he moved through that in like 15 minutes. Like because they
Yes,
haven't been living with the repression or as much repression as we have, who are
exactly.
older and have been carrying around the baggage for much longer. Um,
Yes.
it's phenomenal. Do you have any other um, stories? I remember, I think one you told a powerful story of a child who I don't know if it's okay to ask you about this, who bit their nails.
Yes. Yeah, there was a boy who had autism, has autism. And so he had compulsive behaviors, and one of them was biting nails, his nails. And he was the type of child who had a lot of behavioral intervention, a lot of, therapists, educational assistants, like a lot of people that were working with him to on his behaviors. So he'd had a lot of support already to try to stop biting his nails, and nothing had worked at all, right? And he was just unable to stop. And so when he came for his session, he had a very long list of all the things that he wanted to work on, but biting his nails was on the top for him. And so in his session, he simply saw that he was biting his nails because he's nervous and that he doesn't need to be nervous. That was it. That was his awareness. Very simple and straightforward. But the thing is, this was not just a mental idea. It was not just mom saying, you're biting your nails because you're nervous. You don't need to be nervous. Because somebody might have said that to him.
Yep.
And it might have gone in one ear and out the other, right? So that's what happened. So in his session, because he's expressing in his session exactly how he's feeling, and he's working on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels simultaneously, because that's what you do with the Dalian method. He's having a fully embodied aha moment, a big realization of this. Oh, I was just biting my nails because I'm nervous and I don't need to be nervous. And he just saw it and he knew it all through his body. And so he completely stopped biting his nails immediately. And I heard from his mom recently, and he has never bitten his nails since then.
That's incredible.
I know. I know.
That's why that story sticks in my mind, because
Yeah.
it's like, it's one thing when you're like, this is the first thing that I've tried, but when people have been around you trying to support you to like change behaviors,
Yeah.
and then it's so clear that this so when I hear you speak about, okay, he came to this realization, that's an important distinction with the Dalian method that I think
Right.
from other modalities, is that it's not a therapist or a coach um, putting something upon another person. It's
Right.
taking direction from the outside. It's what I'm understanding is you hold space as a facilitator and guidance so that the individual comes to their own inner knowing and awareness, and then they make the choice of transforming that within that session. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah. And even more so, the Dalian method itself and its precise structure enables the person to have that experience. Because in the Dalian method, Mata is guiding the person who's practicing the method to work in a systematic way with different parts of the body. And there's an inherent logic of the body that mostly we're not aware of. But the Dalian method is actualizing that inherent logic. So we have so many different experiences in our life. And from the experiences that we have, we make conclusions, and those become beliefs. And the ones that we're not aware of are unconscious beliefs, and they have a lot of power. So we might have part of us that believes I'm happy and I can do anything, and another part that maybe we don't like to look at that believes I hate myself and I'm not good enough, right? And so the Dalian method gives you a way to work with the contradictory beliefs that you have without needing to choose one over the other. It gives you, because that's normally what we're doing, these two parts of our belief system are fighting with each other. I think I'm happy, and then part of me doubts that I should be happy, because I hate myself, and so then I'm going to attack that feeling of being happy, and then I'm going to feel bad about doing that, and I'm going to think I should be happy, and I'm going like a dog chasing my tail in a circle, right? So what the Dalian method does is it gives you full space and full permission to express exactly what you're feeling without censoring or correcting yourself.
Right.
And because all the beliefs get stored in the body is the closet from my earlier analogy. When we repress things and push them in the closet, that closet is the body. And so different things get stored in different parts of the body. So getting to systematically work through the body and clear out all the parts of the closet, then you get a comprehensive clean.
Yes.
And then you're just natural brilliance. Basically, everybody is brilliant underneath of all that clutter in the closet. So it just comes to the forefront, and then you go, oh, I know the answer to this, easy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that the image of the clearing the closet and getting things out of the little corners, and
yes,
just it my body just wanted to exhale when I heard you do that. Like, oh yeah, like a room to breathe and a lightness, and
yes,
yeah. That's it's. I laugh. I feel like I'm laughing a lot with you because it is funny when you are in the process in a DM of like recognizing these contradictions.
Yes.
Like I remember, I think one of my first DM statements I was working with, like, I hate myself. I'm like, what do you mean I hate myself? I don't hate myself, So it's pretty, it's surprising. It's like, oh, I didn't know that was in there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. And because we train ourselves, because if I were to go to maybe like my parent or a guidance counselor or something talking about kids again, and I'm saying, I hate myself. Well, what is that parent or guidance counselor going to tell me?
Don't hate yourself.
Don't hate yourself.
You're a great person.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't hate yourself. And then I go, oh, I'm bad. That's wrong. And so you just learn how to push those things away. You numb that part that feels that way, right? Don't hate yourself. Okay, I don't know how to do that, but I'm just not supposed to feel that way. So I'm gonna put it in the back of the closet.
Or maybe they don't say don't hate yourself, or maybe it's like, oh, why do you hate yourself? And then you start to analyze it and go, oh, well, then I get the impression like, oh, this is something I need to fix. Oh, there's a problem.
Right.
The problem is because I hate myself.
Right.
And then it's like this loop of like analytical thoughts, which is also not really helpful. It's not getting us anywhere. But
exactly.
But I like it's short circuiting past the mind and going right through to the other layers of like the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, and like you said, all simultaneously processing the information.
Yes. Yeah.
I am so grateful that you came to share this information with us, Jandy. And I'm all fired up now. I'm like, okay, I got to do another DM for myself right after this call because I'm reconnecting to like the whole. It's like feels like magic, really. It's just incredible.
It's so magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mata is still doing trainings. Like her work is still available. Her books are still available, and so we're gonna have a link to connect with you. You have a free gift that if you want to tell us about. There's I think 2 options that you have.
Yeah. So you can book consultation, a free consultation with me, and I can just tell you the different options available for yourself or for your child or a child in your life to experience the Dalian method. And also, I'm offering for a limited time until the end of June, 20% off a Dalian method session. So I have sessions for anybody from ages 7 and up. So, so that's a great opportunity if you want to jump in there and have an experience, a supported session.
Amazing. I can't think of any better gift to give. Um, Birthday presents, Mother's Day, Father's Day, like what family day, whatever day you can think of as an excuse. This is incredible, truly life-changing gift. And it's
Yeah.
such a wonderful gift to have you um, be here with us, Jandy, and share your experience and your joy. Like you're radiant. I can tell that you've been doing this work for so long. Like the light is just like beaming through you. It's wonderful. Um, any so any parting words for the person who's been watching today that is feeling curious, um, maybe a little bit nervous, to sort of inquire about this? What would you say to them?
I would just say that reach out to me and we can have a conversation about exactly what you're going through and how the Dalian method could help you. And the Dalian method is totally customized because it is a self-healing method and it works with each person exactly where they're at. So it gives you a way to honor your journey and your process exactly where you are. So you can use it for anything from something as mundane as I can't find my keys. Where are they? That literally, I have used the Dalian method to find my keys. So you can use it for something as mundane as that. Or like decision making. Like, I don't know, should I take the job or not? Should I stay in the relationship or not? It's great for that because basically you're just accessing your own inner clarity. You're just clearing out the clutter, seeing what you didn't see about why you had the experiences that you had. That's your transformational understanding that comes through that totally is a game changer. And then you just come to your own answer. So it's very, very honoring of your process. So yeah, and it's a self-healing method. So once you learn how to do it, the world's your oyster. There will never be something that will come up in your life that would distress or confuse or challenge you that you won't have something you can do to help yourself. The Dalian method, you could use it for anything for the rest of your life. Like,
Wow.
it is just the most amazing thing. It
Yeah.
will completely change your life in a very positive way.
Beautiful. Amazing. I don't know. How could you not make the investment? It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to you, Jenny, for showing up and doing the beautiful work that you do. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and share this with people that are coming to mind right now as you've listened to Jandy speak about this method. Maybe you've thought of someone who could really use this kind of work in their family. Share it. It's free, and you just never know what lives can be changed through it. So thank you, and we'll see you on the next session. Bye for now.